What is up, everyone? It is the Mad King Parallax bringing you another Pokemon Sun and Pokemon Moon video. So anyway, we just received 6 new Pokemon here recently, and I was going to do a discussion about it yesterday when it came out, but because of technical issues I had to postpone it to today. Oh well, it happens. Let's continue. Like I said, we have 6 new ones. 2 we've already seen, so I might as well do them first. The first one are, well, I should say the 2 we already seen were the ones we just seen. And the first one is Mimikyu, the Ghost and Fairy type Pikachu looking thing. And they kept the name, which I was so happy they did because I loved that name. And like I said, it's still Ghost and Fairy, and its ability is Disguise, which what that does is, for one time during battle, whenever it gets hit, the cloth it wears that looks like the Pikachu acts as a substitute. So it gets hit once, the substitute fades, and then it actually takes damage from that point on. I'm not certain if it counts towards multiple hit moves, where if it gets hit with, like, I don't know, double hit. I don't know if the first hit knocks away the decoy and then the second one actually hits, even though it can't because it's a normal type move on a ghost type. But you see my point. I don't know if it counts as both attacks or all multiples, or if it's just the first time, then it breaks, then it can take damage. I'm not certain. The other one, and I love this name, the fucking Monokuma / Kumasi. I was going to call it Kumasi originally, but I forgot to because Corona's my girl and I have to show her. And I have to bring her up One Piece every so often. But the pink and black bear is called Beware. That's just fucking amazing to me. Beware. Because it's so dangerous, they call it Beware. And like I said, it still has the abilities Klutz and Fluffy, which Fluffy reduces the amount of damage taken by physical hits, but as compensation, you take twice the damage from fire-type attacks. So, it kind of balances itself out there. Alright, those are the 2 that we already knew. Now to get on to the ones we don't know. The first one was called Wimpod, and it's a bug and water type. Kind of looks like a cephalopod seahorse. Not seahorse, but horseshoe crab. That's what it is. And it has the ability Wimp Out, which means when this Pokemon's health reaches below 50%, either in the field, it flees, or in your party, it switches out with another Pokemon. So, I want to say that's going to be viable later. Like, at first I thought it was kind of odd they would do that. I mean, it's called Wimpod. It's a wimp. But people have been using abilities in a way in competitive battle where this might at some point become a viable strategy. I mean, this game is kind of changing the metagame as we speak with its abilities and its Pokemon. So, who's to say that it might be somewhat viable, if not useless now, but when other Pokemon and other abilities come out, people might find a way to go, oh, this works with this, now let's build a team around it. Who knows? It's possible. But that's all about Wimpod. It looks like it's going to have another evolution that I want to say they go from Wimp to Heroic, or they might just go full-on Wimp the entire way. Who knows? But that's the way I'm seeing it for its evolutionary line. The second of which is Bounsweet, and it's a pure grass type with either the abilities Leaf Guard or Oblivious. So the thing about this one is it has this aroma that's constantly emitting, but it makes it in danger from things trying to come after it because of its aroma and eat it whole. It's not that big of a Pokemon, it's just a little bitty berry. But it's actually quite sad because it looks so cheerful when it's running away that nobody comes to its aid because they think it's just enjoying itself. That's pretty fucking sad existence if you ask me. You're running for your life, fearful of being devoured whole, and no one will help you because you look happy about it. That's just sad. Alright, moving on to the next one. It is... Hold on. Oh yes. It is the fairy-type Pokemon Comfey. And it's a lay. That's pretty much what it is. It's a Klefki version of a lay. It's a fairy that wanders around fields, picks flowers that it likes, attaches it to its own body in the shape of a lei, and hands it out to people it likes or uses it as a weapon against other Pokemon. And it has the abilities either Flower Veil or Triage. And what Triage does, and I can see it being very viable, is that it gives first priority to recovery moves. So, this guy can have priority recovery over all other things, potentially. Which, that's pretty fucking good. And then the last one that they announced was Mudsdale. And I love this thing. I love all of them, but Mudsdale stood out the most. It is a pure ground type, and it's a horse. It kind of looks like the horse native to regions kind of like Hawaii and the Philippines, where it has like a really taut body, but a lot of fur around the legs and the face. That's kind of what it looks like. Instead of, it has the ground mud around the hooves for that, but for the face, it's dreadlocks and a mohawk. So, that's funny as all hell. But, pretty much what this guy does is, he either has own tempo or stamina. And what stamina does is, every time he's hit, it didn't clarify, kind of like with Mimikyu, if it's with multiple hit moves per hit or just once for the entire move. But every time it gets hit, its defense goes up one stage. And in its Dex entry, it pretty much states that although it's not a fast Pokemon, it makes up for it with its bulk and its strength, allowing it to, I believe it said, carry 3 tons for miles. So we can determine there that it may not be fast, but it is sure as hell durable. So I can see that being of a lot of use. It'd probably be a pretty good physical attacker. And it has its own signature move. I don't know if it's a signature move or a new move that they just so happen to show off with him, but I don't remember the name of it. Anyway, that's all about the new Pokemon, but there are still 2 new things, which is, hold on, let me find it. Oh yes, Pokemon Global Link, where you can set up your own custom matches. So, you go into the Global Link, you're looking for people to battle, and then, oh look, this person has a Global Link set up, and it has its own custom rules. So, I can see that being a really big thing, especially for Twitch players and Let's Players and people who just show battling in general. They can just have a lot of fun messing with all the rules. And then the other thing is hyper training. And a lot of people are speculating that this is training your IVs instead of your EVs. So that's going to make having perfect IVs the way you want them a lot easier than just doing it in the daycare. Because just like with super training, you just do the same thing with your IVs. So that's about it for this rendition of the 7th Gen news. So I'm certain that we're going to be getting some new ones sometime next month. I don't want to say that because I have no way of confirming that, but at the rate they're going, we should be getting new news sometime in August. Well, let's hope so anyway. Anyway, this is the Mad King Paradoxess signing off, and I will see you the next time Pokemon comes out with some more news.